When we think of survival in the 1930s and WWII, our minds often leap to images of crowded public shelters, sandbags stacked high, and the grand strategies of nations at war. We picture families huddled together in underground bunkers or city streets transformed by the threat of air raids. But the true story of resilience for millions of ordinary people began much closer to home, right in the heart of their own bedrooms, and more specifically, under the family bed. For countless families, the space beneath the bed was not just a place to stash forgotten shoes or lost toys. It was a lifeline, a hidden world where hope and resourcefulness quietly thrived. In these modest homes, every inch mattered, and the underbed area became a crucial zone for survival. This overlooked space was more than a spot for lost slippers. It became a silent fortress, a larder, and a secret archive. Here, families tucked away jars of preserves, emergency rations, and treasured documents, anything that might help them weather the storms of uncertainty. Born from the hardships of the Great Depression, families learned to use every inch of their homes. The area beneath the bed became vital for safeguarding essentials, from food and clothing to important papers and family heirlooms. It was a place where necessity sparked creativity and where the daily struggle for security played out in small, unseen ways. Women, often the managers of household economies, turned this space into a buffer against uncertainty. With careful planning, they transformed the underbed area into a storehouse that could sustain their families through lean times, rationing, and even sudden emergencies. What started as a clever storage solution during economic hardship evolved into a key part of civil defense as war loomed. The underbed cache became a symbol of quiet preparedness, a testament to the ingenuity of ordinary people facing extraordinary times. The story of underbed storage reveals how small domestic acts, often overlooked in the grand sweep of history, shaped national resilience. These everyday choices, made in the privacy of the home, helped families endure and adapt. So let's pull back the covers and explore this hidden chapter of survival, a story of ingenuity, determination, and the quiet heroism found in the most unexpected places. To truly appreciate the underbed's importance, imagine stepping inside a typical 1930s home. These houses were often compact and practical, designed for families who had to make the most of every square foot. Storage was a constant challenge. Closets were tiny or non-existent, and every item needed a place. The architecture reflected the realities of the era: limited resources, smaller living spaces, and a need for clever solutions. Built-in wardrobes were rare, pantries were small, and every nook and cranny had to serve a purpose. People relied on hooks, shelves, and trunks to keep their belongings organized, but even these solutions often fell short. The bed itself, raised high off the ground on sturdy iron or wooden legs, became an unexpected hero in the quest for storage. Its design created a hidden cavern beneath, perfect for stashing away the things that didn't fit elsewhere. This elevated design was a holdover from the Victorian era, when beds were built high to allow air to circulate freely. Not only did this help keep the room cool and dry, but it also created valuable, out-of-sight storage space. Families quickly learned to use this cool, dark area to store bulky boxes, metal tins, and sacks, items that needed protection from heat, light, or pests, but also needed to be within easy reach. It was a practical solution for storing everything from seasonal clothing to preserved foods and important documents. Its location in the private bedroom added a layer of security, making it a trusted cache for essentials and valuables. The underbed space was out of sight from visitors and safer from prying eyes or quick hands. Over time, the underbed area became an integral part of the household's survival strategy. It was where families kept their most important supplies, ready for times of scarcity or emergency. In uncertain times, this hidden space served as the family's emergency reserve, a secret asset that could make all the difference when resources ran low or crisis struck. The architecture of survival was built, quite literally, from the ground up. What did families actually store under their beds? It's a question that opens a window into the daily realities and quiet fears of the past. For many, the space beneath the bed was more than just a place to hide clutter. It was a lifeline, a secret vault where the most precious and practical items were kept close at hand, yet out of sight. The answer reflected the anxieties of the era. Every item tucked away told a story of uncertainty, hope, and the need to be prepared for whatever might come next. During the Depression, food and essentials took priority. Sacks of flour, sugar, oats, and tinned goods like condensed milk and corned beef. These staples were not just for convenience, they were a buffer against hunger, a way to stretch meager resources through hard times. Families often rationed these supplies carefully, knowing that a well-stocked underbed could mean the difference between going hungry and making it through another week. Spare blankets, linens, tools, candles, and soap were also tucked away, emergency reserves for tough times. These items offered comfort and security, ready to be pulled out when the nights grew cold or the lights went out. Even simple things like a bar of soap or a sturdy tool could make a world of difference in daily life. Most importantly, underbed space often served as the family's safe deposit box. Vital documents, photographs, and small heirlooms. Birth certificates, marriage licenses, and treasured letters were hidden away, protected from prying eyes and sudden disaster. These keepsakes connected families to their past and gave them hope for the future. The bed's solid frame protected these items from theft, pests, and even fire. It was a practical shield, turning an ordinary piece of furniture into a fortress for the things that mattered most. Storing goods here was a calculated act of protection and accessibility. It was a daily ritual, a quiet moment of reassurance that, no matter what happened outside, the family's essentials were safe and within reach. The underbed cash was a domestic insurance policy enacted by ordinary people with limited resources. It was a testament to their ingenuity and determination to provide for their loved ones, even in the face of adversity. It was a simple, powerful way to safeguard a family's future. In these small acts, families found a sense of control and comfort, building resilience one hidden stash at a time. In times of crisis, this hidden space could mean the difference between hardship and survival. The humble area beneath the bed became a symbol of hope, resourcefulness, and the enduring human spirit to protect what matters most. As the 1930s ended, economic worries gave way to the looming threat of war. The underbed cache shifted from long-term supplies to emergency preparedness. Gas masks, first aid kits, and grab bags with documents and essentials were stored within arm's reach. Nighttime air raids made quick access crucial. Families could grab their survival gear in seconds. The habits of thrift and storage learned during the Depression became the foundation for wartime resilience. The underbed space was repurposed from pantry to civil defense locker. This adaptability was a testament to ordinary people's ingenuity. The same space that once held food now held the tools for survival in a new kind of crisis. The underbed cache became a frontline defense against the chaos of war. Beyond practicality, underbed storage offered psychological comfort during wartime. Preparing and maintaining a cache gave families a sense of agency in a world of chaos. Knowing survival essentials were within reach provided security, especially at night. The ritual of checking supplies became a family activity, teaching children what to do in emergencies. This shared secret fostered unity and resilience, turning fear into manageable action. The underbed cache symbolized the family's will to endure. In the darkest nights, its presence was a silent reassurance. It was a small act of defiance, proof that families could still protect themselves. The habit of using underbed space influenced official civil defense policy. Authorities noticed families instinctively sought safety under sturdy furniture. This inspired the Morrison Shelter, a steel cage designed for indoor protection, echoing the underbed principle. The Morrison Shelter formalized the idea of a protected void beneath a solid surface. It could serve as a table by day and a shelter by night, blending furniture with fortification. This innovation showed how grassroots habits could shape national solutions. The silent fortress under the bed found its voice in the steel of the Morrison Shelter. It was a powerful example of everyday wisdom driving life-saving design. Today, our homes are filled with storage, and beds are low, but the lessons of the underbed cache endure. Preparedness is not abstract, it's a series of small, practical actions. The underbed cache was a private initiative, a reminder that self-reliance matters in crisis. Having a grab bag or emergency kit remains a direct legacy of this thinking. Preparation transforms anxiety into action, giving us control in uncertain times. The comfort of readiness is timeless, whether it's gas masks or a charged phone. The underbed cache symbolizes the hidden histories of survival, millions of small acts that built national resilience. It reminds us that the capacity for survival is woven into everyday life, in the simple act of preparing for the unknown.